Now we go on to heat number 4 for senior road tax. It's groups B versus C. Here is your starting grid. So on the front row, it's going to be Kai Helats and Italy's Elia Papacena. Zsombor Kovac hopefully going to have a fairly decent race after dramas on the formation in his opening heat. He'll start on the inside of row 2. Alongside him will be Devian Hurst, Jaden Thien and Ethan Jeff Hall, row 3. Lewis Gilbert and Lotus Tveen, row 4. Daysdams and Tobias Clausen rounding at the top 10. Dion van Verven and William Christensen, row 6. Row 7, Marius Roos and Sebastian Bach. And then we've got Lawrence Herbos and Mats Johan Overhoff with Luke Neeson, Kamal Murad, Patrick Rasmussen and Sam Bergstein rounding at the top 20. Loris Koisman, Zino Falka, Atom Sestakovs from Latvia in 23rd. Stein Scholten, Park Gabels, Scott Westhovens, Jasper Leiners, Vasco Westhovens, Romans Rodinovs and Giorgio Markenstein rounding out the 30-strong grid. So the drivers very shortly will get into formation ahead of their penultimate race of heat day. Now into the tram lines we go. Revs rise, lights are out. Good start by the front row. Helitz leads the way as Kovac makes his way through into what will be second position. Jaden Thien in third. Lewis Gilbert now up into fourth. Elia Papacena, I think, has dropped down to at least fifth or maybe sixth position. Looks like it is fifth. Looks like to be sixth place behind Devian Hurst, as it's too wide at some points, just at the bottom part of the top 10 and towards the bottom part of the top 20. Now there's someone going very, very slowly indeed. That is Marius Roos from Denmark in the 308. Now we've got full green flag conditions, but it is now Zsombor Kovac who is leading, but I think that might change very shortly. Not quite. Kai Hulit's not able to make the move on Zsombor Kovac. Jaden Thien in third place at the moment. And Thien looking up the inside. So Hilitz has taken the lead. Kovac is now down to fourth place because Jaden Thien initiated the move through turn 3. That opened the door for Lewis Gilbert to get through as well. Elia Papacena now having a better run this time as well. He's currently running in around fifth position. Maybe make that sixth place behind Devian Hurst. So a few changes up and down the order. Papacena waiting in the wings. Seventh is Ethan Jeff Hall, who's being chased down by the likes of Lotus Tveen, Daysdams, and also the 377 of the Netherlands, Dion van Verven. Helitz has now gotten away from the rest behind him. Actually, it's Zsombor Kovac, so my apologies there to Kai. I thought he was running in the lead there. It just goes to show that sometimes one move can happen, and there was a bit of a touch between Lewis Gilbert and Kai Helitz. And Gilbert, being the sportsman, decided to let him go through. But Devian Hurst going nearly wheel to wheel with Elia Papacena. And the Italian makes the move and now goes through on Gilbert. Goes a bit deep and he gets a touch. Elia Papacena, twice lightning has struck for the Italian. And now he's got to wait for the entire field to go through. He sent it on the inside. Gilbert was trying to get the undercut. And I think they just interlocked. That's going to be a race control decision on that one. I'm not going to call that because you see drivers going in for a move like that. They go very, very deep onto the brakes. And sometimes the person that sends it deep gets through, but sometimes they don't. At turn 6, that's one of the places where it can catch you out. So now Zsombor Kovács continues to lead. Jaden Thien in second. Kai Hilletz in third place. Devian Rost running at the top 4, followed by Ethan Jeff Hall. Lotus Thien has kept with them. Jeff Hall gets through on Rust going through turn 6 onto the Europolan. That's a change for 4th. So not too far behind Lewis Gilbert. Looks to be Sebastian Bach and also William Christensen. Zsombor Kovács continuing to lead the way. The gap was nearly 8.5 tenths. It's now nearly 9 tenths. As now Hilletz will send it up the inside on cue. Through for second position goes the 374 base set of Tremelo in Belgium, just 16 years of age. These two have battled against each other last year as seniors. I still remember, I know his mum and dad are here. Might remember when someone stole his bike at Marienborg last year. I'm not going to include the word that was also in between the words my and bike. Chrissy and Aita, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that was a very, very clean move from Kai up the inside of Jaden. They did battle against each other. Jaden finishing second at the Grand Finals in 2021 with Kai third on the podium. So over half the race still to go. That gap now is 7.5 tenths. And Kai Hilletz on cue has pumped in the fastest lap of the race, and now it's quickly gone to Lewis Gilbert. A little bit of moving and shaking up the order a little bit further back. So it looks like Days Dams has got through on Lotus Thien. Lewis Gilbert is not too far behind. And Gilbert in turn has got past Dion van Verven in the 377. Now Van Verven was looking for a move up the inside of Lotus Thien through turn 10. But the 330 kept the racing line, kept it nice and purchased on that part of the asphalt. In the meantime, well, let's just say that someone has just taken back the lap, the fastest lap of the race, and in turn taken a wallop of time out of his teammate. And there goes Kai Hilletz through turn 6 onto the Europolan on lap 7, having taken the best part of well over 3.5 tenths of a second. And over 3 laps, he took that gap down in 3 laps and made the move through to take the lead. So, Hilletz and Kovács. That's a Craft Motorsport 1-2. Jaden Thien in third place. 4th and 5th making their way through. Ethan Jeff Hall and Devian Rost. Looks like Lewis Gilbert is now up into 6th position, having got past Days Dams. As Devian Rost looks for the move up the inside, gets the slingshot perfectly timed out of turn 12 and gets through on Ethan Jeff Hall to now take 4th position. But boys, watch behind you. Look who it is. It's Lewis Gilbert, of course. And they're going to... and I still remember when Lewis was running with KR Sport back in 2018 as a junior. Those were the days, weren't they? And now I have to look up at him. I get the Richard Hammond complex whenever I walk into the Craft Motorsport tent. So I need a beer bottle crate underneath my feet just in case, so I don't arch my neck and pull a muscle. So 2 minutes and 47 seconds plus an additional lap still to go. Hilletz is leading. Puck Gubbles unfortunately retiring on lap number 3 of the race. And his lead over Zsombor Kovács now is just over 2 tenths of a second. He's coming down the Europlan. There was quite a gaggle of carts I just spotted. Now the gap is starting to further extend, but you see the battle for fourth place being now led by the pride of Scotland, Lewis Gilbert. I know that Jennifer, Willie and Katie, you're all watching at home, so I hope you're all keeping well. So pretty much been not so much stagnant, but more stabilised with the top 10, apart from the fact that Lewis Gilbert taking the position away from Devian Rost, now up into fourth. If Lewis Gilbert had maybe another 3 to 4 minutes, I would see that he would rack up some fast laps, but Kai Hilletz again just showcasing how much he's improved. You know, he had lots to prove last season. This year, he has turned a significant corner. Switched teams, decided to try his hand at Porsche testing. I'm really enjoying it. You know, both at the Karting Campos and then also this week he was at Zolder. So he's really finding his feet in a car that has significantly more horsepower than the kart that he's currently driving at the moment. But a very different power to weight ratio, I must admit. 15 seconds still remain, and Hilletz is starting to pull that gap a little bit further now. It was coming up to 4/10 as we are on the verge of completing our 11th lap. So this time I think we're going to see the final lap board. Yep, timer hits 0. And Hilletz now sees the last lap board. So does Kovac, so does Jaden Thien, Lewis Gilbert, making it 3 drivers from Kraft Motorsport in the top 4. Stevian Ross. Oh, a little bit of a moment there for Dion van Verven. Might have gotten a tag from Tobias Clausen in the 322. And Ethan Jeff Hall has got Taze Dams right with him. Taze Dams did also make the move up to senior, I think, towards the end of last year. Also was running an E20 Junior, was 3rd at the Grand Finals in Portimao this year. And will also be taking part in that class in the Rotax Max Euro Trophy, whose season has already started through the Winter Cup at Campos, but in about 5 weeks' time we'll head here. But a win for Kai Hilletz, another winner. 3 out of 4 so far, and it's a Belgium hero. Zsombor Kovac in 2nd, nearly half a second adrift. Jaden Thien in 3rd. Lewis Gilbert, despite all the trials and tribulations that not just him, but teammate Kai Hilletz had, he ended up 4th ahead of Devian Roos. Ethan Jeff Hall, Tobias Clausen, Taze Dams, Dion van Verven, William Christensen, Lotus Thien, Sebastian Bach, and Lawrence Herboz, Kamal Murad, and Autom Sestarkovs running at the top 15. Mats-Johan Overhoff, Sam Bergstein, Luke Neeson, Marius Roos and Jasper Leenerts complete the top 20, with Loris Koisman, Zino Falca, Scott Westhovens, Vasco Westhovens. Elia Papasena's race could have been really, really good. It ended on a sour note as the Italian finished down in 25th. Giorgio Markenstein, Stein Scholten, Romans Rodionovs ran out the 28th to finish the race. On lap 10, we lost Patrick Rasmussen, and on lap 2, Puck Gubbles retired from the race.